Welcome to the What's Our Verdict podcast, where we fashion ourselves cinematic judge and jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-host, Mattson Heiner.
Better red than dead.
Javier Ortiz.
What is up, my nerds?
And Ian Anderson.
Some shit.
We appreciate your help growing the podcast. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification button. Go check out our website, whatsourverdict.com, where you can sign up for our newsletter to get exclusive content and updates, pick up some merch, and interact with us. The question we always ask is if you ever find yourself wondering if you spend the time, money, or both on a movie. To help with that question, each week we put a movie on trial, discuss the facts, pass judgment, and let you know our verdict. This is our spoiler-free review. We'll rate this movie on a 3-tiered scale. Worth it, meaning you should watch this movie as soon as possible. Stream it, meaning wait until you can watch it for free. And finally, not impressed, meaning you should not watch this movie at all. Our deep dive reviews after this will be available every Monday wherever fine podcasts are found. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Ghana, just to name a few. Today, we are reviewing Snake Eyes. It was released July 23rd, 2021. It was written by Evan Spiliotopoulos and Joe Shrapnel. It was directed by Robert Schwenke, stars Henry Golding, Andrew Koji, Haruka Abe, Takehiro Hira, Irish Ishida, Iko Uwai. I love Asian movies, fellas.
Japan.
Peter Mensah, Ursula Corbero, and Samara Weaving. After witnessing his father's murder based on a dice roll, Snake Eyes accepts an offer from a Yakuza boss, which leads him down an unexpected path. Whew, that was a mouthful. Let's talk
especially Evan Sneeko.
Yeah, the writer, Evan Spiliotopoulos. He's very Greek.
Very
apparently
Greek. Okay.
Did I hear someone's last name was Swanky?
Schwenke. Yeah.
That's better.
CHWENT. Robert, it was the director, Robert Schwenke.
Honestly, I'm more entertained with these names than I was in this movie.
If I had known that's what the director's last name is, it probably would have prevented me from watching this. And so we should move to something else.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, who's kicking this off? You are.
I will. Yeah.
Do it.
I had low expectations and high hopes for this movie because they keep talking about this movie as like a reboot of the G.I. Joe verse. Yeah, they fucked it up again. It's one of those things where it's just like, especially with like as a kid, the coolest character in G.I. Joe for me. Like Snake Eyes was the guy. And I had high hopes because I love Henry Golding. I think he's fantastic. And I was like, what a great person to play Snake Eyes. And then, yeah, it just went downhill from there. And it started off halfway decent. Like there was a little, I knew early on that you're going to have to suspend, the suspension of disbelief was going to have to be pretty high.
Holy cow.
But yeah, it went like full on F9 level suspension of disbelief at some point. Gradually.
No, it wasn't that bad. Now you're just being dramatic.
It got close. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, in the
they didn't get anywhere near the stratosphere. So
well, I never went and saw Fast 9 because y'all saved me from it, but the suspension of disbelief in this movie is pretty bad, so maybe I need to go see F9.
Yeah,
you really don't.
No, you shouldn't. Just understand that this one had come. It has moments, not the full on 2 hours of suspension of disbelief. But here's the thing: is Henry Golding, when he wasn't directly playing Snake Eyes, it wasn't bad. The guy that plays Storm Shadow, that he was amazing in this movie. Great acting, like. He acted his ass off. And I really liked the other, like his little security girl. Like she was cool too. Like the acting wasn't bad.
Head of security.
Head of security.
Sexist bastard.
My bad. I know. I'm such a prick. I just couldn't. Akiko, that's her name. But yeah, like there was a lot of great acting again in a terrible movie that was just poorly written and poorly delivered. So I want to say, here's the other thing is I had more fun in this movie at a lot of parts than I should admit, because there were some entertaining pieces to this movie. So to say that I absolutely hated it is beyond, it's a little exaggeration, but it's not a good movie. It just has entertaining parts. So yeah, no, I'm still going to give it a not impressed. I tried to talk myself into a stream it and I just can't do it. So for me, it's a not impressed. Yeah, this movie's not good. So that's me. Javier. Oh, you want to go next?
I just want to get out of the way. I don't have much to say because I feel like Javier will do a better rant.
Thank you.
You know, something I've been looking forward to. I should call us. We haven't done our whole group probably in like 2 months, 2.5 months or something, because I've been gone so long and then Javier's gone for a little bit. Anyways, I just have to say, if you're someone that gets a little, I don't get sick during shaky camera angles, but this movie, I don't know what they were trying to do with the action scenes. I was annoyed because I thought the action was pretty cool, but sometimes I couldn't even see what I was looking at because I don't know what in the world they were trying to do to make it look too realistic or something, but it really, really bothered me. And I was in an IMAX theater, not by choice, because I didn't know I was going to an IMAX theater. So it was really like, it hurt my brain sometimes because I didn't know like where to focus my attention to. That really bothered me. So if you're actually someone that gets a little sick with shaky camera angles, this movie could make you sick, like legitly. Secondarily to that, I don't know whatever I said. And then
legitimately.
I always say that. I'm doing Americanized English.
Nope.
And then
it's just not English. It's just not a word.
I'm so glad Javier is back. And then I don't know a ton about G.I. Joe. Like I played with the action figures, but I don't watch the comics. I know who Snake Eyes is. I've seen a couple of the other G.I. Joe movies, so I knew he was like a silent assassin, basically. But I was kind of confused during this movie at the beginning and where they were tying everything in. So I feel like if someone that came to see an action movie that doesn't know a lot about the story, I didn't really get it at some points. I started towards the middle and the end, certainly, but I thought the writing direction could have been a little bit more clear, all things considered. And then I just really liked the Storm Shadow guy. His character was awesome. He got me through the movie. The rest of the people was kind of just meh, but man, that Storm Shadow dude has some serious rage. And I like this character a lot. And when he shaved, he looked like a different human being. I did not know who he was. He looked totally different. I was like, wow,
yeah,
that's cool. I wish I could look like that when I had a beard. I could go incognito and I could look good at the same time. Anyways, I am not impressed with this movie. I will never see this movie again. We have seen movies that present much better action that I can see with my eyeballs and know exactly what they want me to look at. I wanted to like this movie more because the movie with samurai swords is usually pretty good, John Wick, but this was not that. I think the last thing I wanted to say is it was weird to me because there was a lot of points, some points where the suspension of disbelief, I knew it was coming, but then this movie was also very realistic at the same time. And so I was confused about where they were interweaving that. And how do you say the gang? Is it I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Yakuza? Yakuza suck at shooting with Uzis. Like, why do they even do it? They never hit anyone. I rest my case, not impressed.
All right, Javier. Or should I say number one heavyweight in the Western region?
Hey.
Had to get that shout out in there.
So I'm probably gonna be the one defending this movie as much as I can because it was kind of fun, right? Like the action was fun. The dudes with samurai swords, those guys are sexy, right? Even like the little compound was super cool, a little ambiguous as how big it was. Like sometimes he was like hiking through it, and other times it was like 4 buildings. Here's the thing though. It is hard to look past the dialogue, first of all, is terrible. Yeah. It seems like the writers learned the term double agent and then just went nuts with it. Like that was too much. there's characters in there that they threw in so that they can say this is a G.I. Joe movie, but serve no other purpose other than to loop it into the G.I. Joe universe. Honestly, like this may have been a better movie if it was not attached to the G.I. Joe universe. It's just, there's just so many bad, and then even like what Mattson was mentioning, one of the good things that they have going for them is the action sequences that they completely fuck up by shaky camera work. Like either have good action scenes or just make them simpler. Like, I don't know what you need to do, but the shaky camera to hide the fact that nobody actually knows how to fight, like, is just not a good alternative.
Can you imagine if they did that in John Wick movies? Like, we'd be so disappointed.
Dude, they do that in every Liam Neeson movie. It's either quick cuts or shaky camera work, and we just make fun of them like all the time. Sure. Anyway, with all that said, though, like, I don't know. Like you said, JJ, Snake Eyes was always the dude, right? So it was just cool. Like, especially the scene where they bring out his uniform at the end. I was like, oh, yeah, the helmet. So there were some parts that are like nostalgic or endearing or cool. So I wouldn't say that this movie is an absolute like garbage dumpster fire. I think it's a little bit better than the last ones. So I'm going to give it a stream it.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, I do think this movie was an absolute dumpster fire. I don't think the shaky camera scenes, if that was remedied, I'd still hate the action scenes. I watched it with JJ, and I felt like I was laughing through half of the action scenes. So it was, but not entertaining laughing. So it was rough, guys. This one was, I don't know. I feel like they had a cool setup. I'm glad I don't know that much about Snake Eyes because I feel like I would be even more disappointed. So it was just rough. You guys mentioned there's some good acting, but it wouldn't save it. And I feel bad because like Henry Golding, I feel like really put in a lot of effort and it just didn't go anywhere. Like no fault of his, but it was just rough. So I'm going to not rehash everything we just talked about and just give it a not impressed.
Not impressed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit your name again. So,
that's okay.
We gotta.
It's too long.
Because it only gets so many characters in the display name. So we gotta work on Ian's funny name.
Yeah, they gotta be short, sweet, and to the point, Ian. Like mine.
That's a shaky camming it over there.
I don't know. It wouldn't be.
Look at Mattson. Whoa, parkour. Crazy.
No, I like it. Well, and I it's just the compressed version. Snake Eye, not impressed. It works out.
Hey, it does.
Mattson's also forgot he's muted.
Hey, I'm at
that
work
was
again,
the best rant that I've ever heard. I completely agree. He was really getting into it. He was like pointing at the camera, like shouting.
Yeah,
it was nowhere close to my Zack Snyder rant, but
that's funny. Yeah, he was letting Robert Schwenke have it. All right, so there you have it, guys. It's a pretty bad movie.
Say that, like, sorry. Don't mind me. I didn't have any bad thoughts when you said that. No.
That was funny, Ian. That was a good one. I like it. All right. What a weird spoiler-free review. Can't wait to put it on YouTube today. It's going to be awesome. Speaking of that, tune into YouTube. Keep watching our videos. We love it. And then Mattson, tell them where else. Oh, wait. Let's talk about next week before we go.
Yeah, what are we reviewing?
Next week, we'll be reviewing Stillwater with Matt Damon.
Oh.
Kind of excited.
I saw the preview for this and when I was going to watch Snake Eyes. So,
yeah. I'm looking forward to the change because it's not an action movie from what I've seen. And it's not a cartoon movie about basketball.
It could be a good movie.
Yeah, it might actually be a good movie. Might. I have no hopes. Like Hollywood's crushing my soul right now. Like
Like with Black Widow.
Especially since we
Whoa.
wait so.
Talk about a train wreck of a movie. Holy shit, dude.
Did you actually
I'm with
watch it?
Mattson. I did actually. I watched it in theater because my friend dragged me to it.
Wow. See,
It
at least I
was-
never did. Oh wait, I did do that.
Did you go see it with Josh, Javier?
I did. It was
Josh,
not good.
When you listen to this, if you do, my heart goes out to you. Thank you for taking Javier.
It was borderline bad. Like it was. Talk about
That doesn't
suspension
sound so
of
bad for your
belief.
rating, Marvel.
Yeah.
A human being fell from a like floating space station and then just walked away from it like it was no big deal. I mean, the movie should have ended when she got hit by a rocket launcher, but okay. What a stupid movie. Anyway, all right, sorry, we're not. I missed that review. That one's on me. If I wanted to talk about it, I should have been there. But I'm just saying, you guys were very generous with that movie. That's all.
That's how you have fun with suspension of disbelief, in my opinion.
Okay, you can't claim that shit and then hate this movie. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Suspension of disbelief, dude. That
They-
Black Widow was
they've been-
like F9 level of suspension of disbelief.
But they've been setting me
for
up for
sure.
They've been setting me up for 10 years with that level of suspension of disbelief.
What
F9
a letdown! 10
Yeah.
years of anticipation, and they give you that
I'm with
movie.
Javier in this, but I will say we are on a time limit, folks. As much as I want to get
Oh,
into this,
sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
All right, Matt. So tell them where else they can find us.
if you want to listen to more beautiful rants like this, first off, please visit our website, subscribe to exclusive content. Secondarily, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. There'll be more stuff coming out on social media. A lot of us have had a lot of things to do. Still need to talk to Jage about some of the stuff, but we are excited to put more amazing content out there for y'all. Obviously, get back on our website, though, to see what we're doing for the month of August. Then we need to talk about what some of those movies are. More movies are coming out, but we appreciate all of you listening, all of you subscribing on YouTube and subscribing to our podcast on Ghana, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, you name it. Come listen to us, but we appreciate it.
Sweet. And with that, as always, we appreciate you tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye now.
Hey.
Cinemagic out.